Morning, Cuan, Normark Africa. I'm very, very pleased and excited to be associated with the Beretta brand. Today I'd like to introduce the APX pistol, this particular model in 9mm parabellum. I'm just going to go through some of the features of the superb pistol, and then a little bit later today we'll go to the range and see how she performs. What you're seeing at the moment is a full-size APX. This is not the original frame. This is the original frame, but being a modular pistol, you can buy many accessories to accessorize and customize your pistol as you so wish. The kit comes with 3 various size grip adapters, small, medium and large, to suit individual needs and individual hand size for best grip and pointability of your pistol. Changing the frame and frame colors, there are various options. There's FDE, flat dark earth, there's gray over here, which we have today. It's a very simple task to do. You simply obviously make your pistol safe, remove the slide, take out the little chassis. Speaking of the chassis, it's a little metal part inside the polymer frame. That is the only licensed part of this firearm. So even here, we'll see that the serial number is in fact on that chassis, not on the frame. Being a modular pistol and being able to change the frame out, and that is actually quite a simple task. You simply make sure your pistol is safe, remove the top end, normal field strip. All you need is a little punch to knock out this pin here, knock out that pin, and it's really simple. It's not something that you need a gunsmith to do. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. I'm not going to go into details on how to do it. If you simply Google on YouTube, there are plenty of videos showing you in detail how to do that already. This is a full-size APX 17-shot steel magazine. The magazines are of really good quality. 17 witness holes on the back of the magazine, quite handy. Nice floor plate, very simple to strip for maintenance purposes. Please bear in mind that the Beretta APX does not have a magazine safety. In other words, with the magazine removed, the pistol will still fire. Beretta has kept up with modern times. Tactically speaking, that's a very good feature. You do not want magazine safeties on pistols anymore. The pistol itself has a polymer frame, as is very popular with modern pistols today, to make carrying that much more convenient. Makes the pistol a lot lighter. Some of the features of this pistol: really nice iron sights straight from the factory. They dovetailed in, which is, in my opinion, a preference rather than pinning in from the bottom. In addition to the sights being steel, of solid construction, there's a nice little hook here on the front. It's nice and flat, so if you need to do a tactical reload for some reason, or a clearance exercise, maybe using your belt or the sole of your shoe, something we'll show in a video a little bit later today, there is enough room here to hook on. You'll notice that the sights of the traditional 3-dot system. The front dot is relatively large, but I imagine for a defensive type pistol that's going to be absolutely fine. It's slanted at a slight forward angle, so it's snag free when drawing from a holster or maybe getting stuck in clothing, for example. The front one, very clever, because it's a forward slant to be snag free when drawing. They've actually made the front sight slightly oval, because at that angle, when it's lined up, it actually appears round. Very clever system. Massive ejection port. You shouldn't have any issues there from a reliability or smokestacking perspective. The extractor is massive, it's external. The slide release is ambidextrous, so that would suit left-handed shooters perfectly. The magazine release can be changed out for left-handed shooters as well. It's a relatively simple process to do. Changing the back straps is relatively simple to do. You basically just need a center punch, pull out a little lever here, change it, but once again, YouTube is full of videos on how to do that. One of the key features that you see immediately when you look at this pistol, you'll notice the very aggressive cocking serrations all over the slide. Literally, the last almost half of the back of the slide and the front of the slide on both sides. I find that quite appealing visually, but more importantly from a practical perspective, bearing in mind that your hands may be sweaty, full of perspiration, your hands may be wet from wet grass or rain or whatever the case may be, you can grip this slide anyway, and you will always have a firm grip on it, and I think that's really vital. There's a lot of slide to grip onto. Large trigger guard. If it's really cold and you're wearing gloves, you can get your finger in there, no problem. Very important on a pistol is safety. Mechanical safeties on this pistol are absolutely superb. They're world class, right up to date with the latest technology that's available. There is a firing pin block, bearing in mind this is a striker fired pistol, so you won't see your hammer cocked. It has a firing pin block. The only way that firing pin block can disengage and allow the firing pin to reach the primer of your cartridge, hence detonating your cartridge, is in fact if you depress the trigger. So by depressing the trigger, this pistol is safe. By depressing the trigger, there's a little indicator there, you have removed the firing pin block. But at the same time, you can't simply pull the trigger has a paddle. That paddle has to be depressed in order to move the trigger back, and only once the trigger is moved back can that firing pin block be disengaged. You can drop this pistol, you can smack this pistol, you can drop it from a 2-story building, it should not fire. It's a very, very safe pistol by modern day standards. Stripping it is simplicity itself. There are 2 methods of stripping. In both cases, the pistol has to be decocked. There are 2 ways in which to decock this pistol. When it's in the cocked position, the striker is now pre-cocked. You either depress this little button in the frame using something like a little center punch or a pencil, or preferably a little center punch. That will decock the striker. Or alternatively, once again, making sure she's safe, point in a safe direction, pull the trigger and she's decocked. That is far simpler. Press this button in over here, simply drop the takedown lever over there, and the pistol comes off the frame. Recoil spring guide rod, recoil spring, barrel is just under 5 inches. Normal conventional rifling, not polygonal rifling. The slide is made out of a solid billet of steel, very, very solid. And here we can have a good look at the frame. The frame has the steel chassis system that houses the trigger mechanism inside here, and that is the only licensed part of this actual frame. The frame itself doesn't have a serial number. The frame is simply a piece of polymer plastic to all intents and purposes, but this steel mechanism over here in fact contains a serial number which is visible through this little port over here onto the steel. And it's this chassis that you simply remove and place into another frame should you wish, and that way you can customize the pistol to your own liking. The recoil spring is made of solid steel. It has a double spring system, which makes shooting the pistol a little bit more comfortable. You'll find that the recoil impulse is a bit gentler on the hand. What I really like about these pistols is the fact that you can get the web of your hand really high up. There is no slide bite on the back of your hand here, causing discomfort and in many cases bleeding. And of course, from a control perspective, the closer you are to the bore, to the center bore line, the more control you should have over your pistol during a recoil. So we'll try that on the range later. Reassembling the pistol is really, really simple. If you've ever done any other similar pistol, it's exactly the same. Put the recoil spring in place, simply line her up, and you're good to go. All done. For further information on the superb range of Beretta pistols, particularly the APX pistols, please feel free to contact us on our Facebook page, Normark Outdoors Africa, and on that page, please feel free to contact us with any queries you may have. Thank you.